It's semi-final time in Cincinnati. We are left with 2 matches on the men's, 2 matches on the women's, and I'm going to go through all of them in this video and give my thoughts. So let's start off with the women, and the Western and Southern Open tweeted, and then there were 4. And the players left, we've got Madison Keys versus Petra Kvitova. We've got Caroline Garcia versus Sabalenka. So that's the 2 semi-finals. Let's start with Garcia Sabalenka, because I've got a lot to say about Caroline Garcia. We spoke about her in the preview. We spoke about how great a year she's been having. And I mean, it's not really too much of a surprise that she's made it all the way to the semi-finals. I did think Pegula may have been a little bit too much, because we know what her record is like in Masters events the last few years. She's been, well, she's the best pretty much on the hard courts. Only I think Iga's second, Pegula was top, but Garcia come through that one, and she's been playing brilliantly. I mean, let's go through some of the tweets. We've got Caroline Garcia having an incredible 3 months since winning the doubles at Roland Garros. She beats Jessa Pegula 6-1, 7-5. It was straight sets to reach the semi-finals in Cincinnati. We've got a quote from her after the match saying, "When you do bad, people forget about you pretty fast and forget what you did in the past. As soon as you get a couple of wins in a row under your belt and play better, it's like you are a top star again. Like you go from a loser to maybe one of the best players right now." And it must be very difficult for Garcia, because she is someone who kind of peaked a few years ago, and she's been on the tour for some time. We know that she is, when she's playing great, a top 10 player. And I think she's found that form, because she was asked a question about it, saying, "Do you feel like you're playing top 10 tennis right now?" She said, "I don't know, you tell me." Well, I'm telling you, I think she is a top 10 player right now. She has the consistency, she has the game, and she's pretty fearless as well. I mean, in these big pressure situations, she's shown this year that she's able to deliver. Most notably, Roland Garros, Grand Slam final in the doubles, she was able to come through that, and I think she was a big part of that success. She also went on to say, "I don't really care. I'm really glad to be seeded for the US Open just to practice on the good courts." I mean, she probably is familiar with practicing on the good courts before, but she's been slowly on the decline the last few years. Great to see she's back playing her best tennis, and she fully deserves to be a seed for the US Open. I mean, to think about it, she was a qualifier going into Cincinnati, and, well, look how far she's gone. This is a good one as well, because unseeded Sabalenka beat number 6 Garcia in Cincinnati 2018. So wind on 4 years, and now unseeded Garcia will face number 6 Sabalenka in Cincinnati. I find in tennis, you always have these sort of numbers games where things align after some years. And listen, it's very deserved, because Garcia's been working very hard, and Sabalenka, I don't want to say be too harsh on her, but she has been really struggling ever since the Wimbledon semi-final of 2 years ago. Just not been the same player since. Let's move on to the next one. And this is the WTA tweeting out about the other semi-final between Madison Keys and Kvitova. And this one says, "Madison Keys reaches her first WTA 1000 semi-final since her Cincinnati title run in 2019. You've got to remember, she's won this event before, so of course she's looking very good. And the other thing, it's not been easy for Madison Keys this year, because the draw's not been kind. She's had to beat Iga, she's had to beat Rybakina, the Wimbledon champion, Ostapenko as well, and Putin-Sava in the first round. So it's been a very challenging draw for her. She's managed to get through it all, and she's got to be looking maybe the favourite now to win the whole thing, considering she's won this event before as well. Kvitova, she had a lot of things obviously to say about Keys, because that is her opponent, and Kvitova's also been looking quite good. She said she has a lot of variety of the serve. She can go for the ace, she can have a kick, she has beautiful technique off the serve. Definitely, she has more kind of this stuff. Not like me, I don't have nothing. I'm just boom, boom. So we will see. I mean, listen, Kvitova's being a bit humble here. I think she's more than just boom, boom. She has enough variety as well, and very experienced as well. I saw a stat the amount of semi-finals now she's reached. It's way up there. I can't remember the exact number. I think it's something like 63 or something. And yeah, I'm really pleased to see Kvitova playing well again. And it's not going to be an easy match at all for Keys, but I kind of do favour her a little bit. Maybe let's just quickly get into my predictions then. And let's start with the first one I spoke about, Garcia Sabalenka. I think Garcia is having such a good year. She's probably going to beat Sabalenka. Sabalenka's had a relatively easy route through. Garcia's been tested every step of the way. And I'm going to have Garcia winning this one in straight sets. And the one at the top, Madison Keys, Kvitova. Like I said, Kvitova, I think she underplayed herself. I think she takes a set, but it's not going to be enough. I think Madison Keys, she's won this event before. She potentially could win it again. And I'm going to have her beating Kvitova in 3 sets. But let's move on to the men's. And we've got the final 4 on the men's. Medvedev, Tsitsipas, they've played each other so many times. And Cam Nori versus Coric. I'm pretty surprised that Alcaraz lost to Nori. And it was a bit of a strange match as well. Let's maybe start there. Because points won, Alcaraz 120, Cam Nori 115. And then it goes with the caption, tennis is tough. There's another stat here, Ben Rothenberg posted as well. And just look at the winners to unforced errors. Cam Nori, 20 winners, 41 unforced errors. Alcaraz, 43 winners, 44 unforced errors. But it doesn't matter because Cam Nori come through. He won the match 7-6, 6-7, 6-4. It was very tight. You could probably argue that Alcaraz played better in large spells of the match, but it means nothing because Nori is into the semi-finals to face Borna Coric, who has beaten everyone pretty much. Let's have a look. So Coric was ranked 278 in May, got back to the challenger level. He won one, and now he's going to return to the top 100 on Monday. With the semi-finals, which he's in, he's going to be 66. If he can get to the final, he'll be 48. And if he wins the whole thing, the reward is huge because he will be seeded at the US Open and be number 29 in the world. So Borna Coric going from strength to strength. Of course, part of me would like him to go really far and maybe win the whole thing because he knocked out Rafa, and it makes that loss then for Rafa not look as bad. But some of the other opponents he's beat have been pretty high as well. I mean, Lorenzo Musetti first round, then Rafael Nadal, then Batista Agut, and then Felix. So he's beaten some of the very best tennis players in the world right now, and he is always going to be dangerous in this kind of form. I think it's the best result for him since Shanghai in 2018. And he's back on the main stage, showing his consistent, good, solid tennis once again. The other semi-final is against 2 enemies, you could call them. Daniel Medvedev, Stefanos Tsitsipas, neither player like each other. They're going to be playing their 10th match. Medvedev leads the head-to-head 7-2. Medvedev, of course, world number 1. Tsitsipas, world number 7. In these conditions, you're going to obviously favour Daniel Medvedev. I believe he beat Steph the last time they played in the semi-final of the Australian Open this year. At Roland Garros on the clay, Tsitsipas beat him. On the hard court, Medvedev won. He did win in the ATP finals, though, Tsitsipas, defeating him in the Nitto ATP finals in Great Britain. I think that's the London one before it moved to Turin. What way do I see it going? You've got to favour Medvedev, but let me know in the comments section. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about it. It's fair to say they both really dislike each other. I don't think that's staged at all. I'm not sure if there's going to be much of a handshake either between the two. But let's get into my predictions. We'll start with that one. I'm going to go Daniel Medvedev to win in 3 sets. And the Nori Coric one, this is actually also very tough. Like I said, I'm a big Rafa fan. I'm wearing the Rafa cap. I'm going to go Borna Coric to defeat the Brit Cam Nori. I think Cam Nori's had a relatively nice route through. Apart from obviously the Alcaraz one, and there was probably a little bit of fortune in there. Didn't seem like he played the better tennis, but still managed to come through. Tennis is a strange sport, as we all know. I think Borna Coric wins that one. Also in 3 sets. I think they're both going to be close matches. Both 3 sets. Medvedev and Coric to advance to the final. But there we go. That's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and join us for the live watch-alongs of these matches on the channel. Look forward to seeing you later. And of course, enjoy the tennis. See you there.